If you want to win more fights and improve fast, you're in the right place, because I will be giving you 15 Fortnite tips that will improve you instantly. Stick around to the end because the tips are really helpful. All I ask you to do is like, comment and subscribe, and also consider using code TIE27 in the Fortnite item shop. Without further ado, let's get straight into the tips. Tip 1, make sure you warm up. Most people just get on Fortnite and jump straight into ranked and consistently die, and then wonder why they can't edit or build. It's because you haven't warmed up. But when you warm up for 20 to 30 minutes to get fully warmed up with either free building or practice maps, it makes a huge difference compared to not warming up. So when you get on Fortnite, the first thing you should be thinking to do is to warm up to 20 to 30 minutes. Tip 2, be consistent. Don't do your warm-up routine for a few days, then stop doing it for a week. If you want to improve, especially fast, you need to stay consistent and be practicing every single day, warming up with no days off. So be the most consistent you can with anything you do in Fortnite. Tip 3, playing against good players. Playing against better players is good because it pushes you to adapt. So that means better decision making when fighting. This is because better players punish your mistakes, forcing you to play better. Another reason why it's good to play against good players, playing against better players gives you more confidence in game. So when you come across a good player, because you've already came up against that play style that you've already thought 1,000 times, it's going to be way easier to kill them, and you're going to be way more confident in fighting them. Tip 4, finding settings for you. So what I mean is find the best settings that suit you. Don't copy the pros because the pros are different to you. Just have a play about in creative and see what suits you best. But when you find the settings you like, do not keep changing, because it will just make you play even more bad if you're constantly changing. Most of the pros these days do not change their settings, and there's a reason for that: being inconsistent. Tip 5, watching pros play. Watching pros can benefit you hugely because you can learn from the pros what you're doing wrong in fights, so you can work on those weaknesses. This is good onto becoming a better player. As long as you're watching every little thing they do, I can guarantee you will learn something from watching pros. So when you're watching them, focus on what they're doing right in the fight and try to implement that into your game by practicing this in creative or rant, and this will help you out a lot when it comes to fighting. Tip 6, staying calm. Now, a lot of people get nervous during tournaments or even fights when someone's good because they think they're going to die. How to fix this would be changing your mindset around. Tell yourself you're not going to die. This keeps a positive mindset. Also, another good way is to breathe. Simple but effective. Breathe deep, breathe through the nose and out through the mouth. Can slow down them nerves, making you more locked in. Another tip is chewing gum. It improves being focused and can keep your nerves calm. So always try to stay as calm as possible when fighting. Tip 7, good equipment. Now, there is no secret that having better equipment in Fortnite will make you improve much faster. Because if you're on a PS4, 60 FPS, really bad input delay, you're hardly going to improve. But having a PC will give you that extra advantage because it gives you smoother gameplay. You can go up to 240 FPS, allowing you to react way quicker. Also, PCs have way less input delay, which is very helpful. Another tip is having a better keyboard or controller depending on your input. They give you a way less the input delay, so investing into a better console, keyboard and controller is definitely worth it and will help. Tip 8, return damage. What I see people not do a lot is return damage, which is very important. Return damage can turn a fight around in seconds. What people tend to do is get put on low health and then consistently expand, not shooting back and tunnel visioning and just wanting to heal instead of playing slow and reading the opponent's movements so you can look for openings to shoot back. Because if you successfully get some return damage, you won't have to keep expanding because you'll have the opponent back off to also heal, so you can. When doing this, you should have good peaks so you don't get killed when trying to return damage. Tip 9, crosshair placement. Crosshair placement is important because it directly affects your aim, editing and reaction time. Keeping your crosshair at head level means you don't have to adjust your aim much, allowing you to hit shots quicker. Proper crosshair placement makes your builds and edits more precise, helping you claim walls, box opponents and edit efficiently. Also, with good crosshair placement, it means it makes you able to hit shots consistently in close range fights and have a smoother overall gameplay with better pre-fires. Tip 10, peeking correctly. Peeking for some people can be super hard to master, but in reality it's fairly easy. You see, peeking is important because it minimises your risk of getting hit when fighting, whilst maximising your damage output. Smart peeks lets you take shots with your body hidden, meaning opponents can't hit you. So right hand peeks in Fortnite is the most important because of the way your character is holding the weapons, whereas left hand peek leaves you vulnerable, so mastering peeks can make your fighting a lot better, as peeking is one of the most important aspects in fighting, so practicing this will benefit you a lot. Tip 11. Scrims. Scrims are helpful because they give you that competitive environment where you can practice against good players to improve faster. So that means better game sense and rotations, end game experience and tournament preparation. Scrims is the closest thing to actual tournament lobbies like FNCS or solo cash cups, so using it to your advantage will help you massively. I have my own server where you can find teammates to play scrims with a link in the description. Go into looking for group tab and start trying to look for your trio. This would mean a lot if you joined. I'd really appreciate it. But like I was saying, scrims will build confidence and work on your strategies ready for actual tournaments. Tip 12. Drop map. If you don't have a drop map for your POI in real game, then you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. Drop maps give you the best drops, meaning you have a drop advantage over people landing your POI, so that when you do land you can kill them because you have a much better drop. It also means you can loot much quicker, so you can be ready for that mid game. It benefits you off spawn, so invest in a drop map. You can make your own on Fortnite.ggs. Just practice how to use it and try have 15 markers around your POI where the bus routes go in real game. Having a drop map will definitely benefit you in the long run. Tip 13. W keying. W keying in ranked is the best way to improve your fighting, as you will come up against good players. If you're someone who doesn't like to fight in ranked but is looking to improve, you need to change this around and start fighting. W keying helps your fighting skills as you're constantly put in different scenarios with different playstyles. As you keep doing this, eventually it gives you confidence, so when you do get into fights in tournaments you're less nervous and you're way more confident in your fighting ability. But do not overcommit a fight. Sometimes it's best just to disengage depending on the situation, but every time you get into ranked, try fight as much as possible. Take notes on what you need to improve on and you will see your fighting become way better. Tip 14. VOD reviewing. Now, as I just mentioned, scrims and playing ranked, having your replays on to watch back on your gameplay is crucial for improvement, as it allows you to analyse your mistakes, like poor decisions or errors you made during a fight, or even when you've seen an enemy and maybe you shouldn't have pushed or you irritated badly. Overall, VOD reviewing is what the pros do, so if the pros are doing it, it's fair to say it definitely works. If you can spot mistakes while doing it and you practice your mistakes by even writing them down on some paper or notes, everything you do wrong, so when you're in a game, next time you can go back to them notes and remember not to do them certain weaknesses. The last tip, tip 15, optimized settings. Now, having the best optimized settings in Fortnite is crucial. So basically, I play on normal resolution, 240 FPS. I also play on performance mode. I have my region set to Europe for the best ping, so whatever is the lowest ping you want to select, so you have the lowest ping. I also have all replays off and all energy savings off because this reduces your input delay, so make sure you turn these all off. I'm going to go through my controller settings. You can pause at any time and you can copy anything, but these are my controller settings. Now that I've showed you my controller settings, I'm now going to show you my controller binds. Again, feel free to pause at any time. Now that was 15 tips I wish I knew sooner. If this video did help, please be sure to like and subscribe, and also let me know in the comments which tips helped you out the most. If you're a controller player and you're trying to improve and go pro, then watch this video here. I'm going to be dropping it in the description. And yeah guys, until next time, peace.